happy to welcome the Municipal President, Mauricio Trejo. It's our third time. He's here to fulfill a promise that he has made to come back to the Rotary Club about every 3 or 4 months to be able to update us on his plans and successes. He has huge ideas, and we love having him. And President Trejo, it's your day. Come on up.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. I know we were supposed to be in vacations, but some of us have to be working during these holidays. And as I tell all my team, being part of a team in a city like San Miguel de Allende requires, first of all, to know that every single weekend, it's the days that we have a lot of work to do. And especially during these long vacation days, we gotta be paying attention in every single thing that happens in our city. So here we are working on Tuesday in Semana Santa. I never thought I was gonna do that, but that's fine, and I'm happy. And before I start, I really want to say that I'm so happy to see David Bosman here, because you scare the shit out of everybody. I'm sorry for my language, but that's the only way I can transmit what we really felt when they told us David has some heart problems. And I said, well, he's been a stone in my shoe. He definitely has heart issues, but they said, no, not those kind of problems. He's in the hospital. So I knew that he still has too much pain to cause to this mayor. And I was so happy to know next day that his surgery was a great one, and I'm so happy that you are here. Actually, you look so healthy. Congratulations, congratulations. Okay. There has been a lot of going on this year. I think that economically speaking, San Miguel de Allende is doing very good. It has been a great trimester. January, February, and March, we have a lot of achievements. But on the other hand, there's always some issues that we have to attend. And this year, it seems that the bad guys are trying to work harder. They see us working harder, they see us achieving some very important detentions, and at the same time, these guys also do their job, you know? So today, in the first 3 months of this year, we have had, if I'm not wrong, 26 kills, Gabriel, 26? 26 kills. I think that it's something that should worry the authorities, but it's something that shouldn't worry the citizens for the nature of those killings and in the places in which they have been committed. But of course, they worry us because they gave you those killings give us statistics. And if we keep going this way, we're gonna end the year with over 70 kills. So that's a number that we don't want. Right now, we are working very hard with the SEDENA, Secretaría de Defensa Nacional, with the Guardia Nacional, the National Guard, with Álvar Cabeza de Vaca, and with the Fiscalía. And as you know, some detentions that we have made have turned in guys that are now in jail. We have been more successful this year in that matter than in the past. Right now, we have over 60 more state police officers, almost 25 more car patrols, and there's a chopper flying around the city. And let's see if we can have a better month in that particular issue, in the security thing. In the economically speaking, San Miguel de Allende has been doing great, has been doing an amazing job. Our budget for this year, it was supposed to be 1,150 million pesos. Right now, we already 500 million pesos above what we thought we were gonna have. Thank you. And I'm so glad of it because we haven't raised the amount of money that you guys pay every year as perdial of the rights that you have pay for your houses. We didn't raise those prices last year. We didn't do it this year either. So, and we are 500 million pesos above what we thought we were gonna be by now. So, of course, we are happy because that means that we are gonna have more money in order to keep doing what we have been doing since day number one, and that is helping the poor families, sending infrastructure to the areas in which we see that that have more criminal activity. We have been restoring the green areas in all San Miguel de Allende, the parks, and we have been very successful doing that. But with 500 million pesos more, believe me, there's a lot of comunidades in San Miguel de Allende that will benefit with water what's the right pronunciation? De drenaje, water, drainage, with electricity. We're gonna start repairing their schools. Also, we're gonna do our best to bring water to every single corner in the comunidades. It's a very important amount of money, and I wanna send it to the places that really, really needs that money and that investment and our attention. So in that matter, I'm very happy in what we are doing. We haven't given any more licenses to new developments, okay? And we're gonna keep like that this year. The ones that you might see that have been built, are being built right now are the ones that are doing what we ask them to do. Change their size, use the water in a better manner, and pay the fees that they really gotta pay. And also, we are asking them to donate big trees. Come on, Mayor, that doesn't make a difference. That makes a lot of difference. I think that everybody here can see that San Miguel de Allende it's greener than last year, and it's definitely greener than 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago. So the developments that you see that are being built right now are the ones that are under our rules now. So I'm happy for that. But I'm gonna keep that position in not giving more permits to developments that are going to risk our natural resources. Also, I'm gonna try to pass a law in the Ayuntamiento after Semana de Pascua, well, in Easter week. After that, I'm gonna try to pass this law to disappear from San Miguel de Allende the word, otra vez? Drainage. The law, it's there, it's finished, it's very well, it's solid, so it can pass. And after that, everybody that wants to build a development in San Miguel de Allende cannot use drainage, the city drainage anymore. It has to build its own black water treatment plant, okay? And of course, the objective of it, it's to be a better city, to be a city that cares about its natural resources, and a city that reuses the water. So if we are building a green city, of course, we have to ask where we're gonna get the water in order to water all the gardens we're building. So right there is the answer, but it's also an answer for the young kids. The kids in San Miguel de Allende, they don't have to grow knowing that if they build something someday, there's a drainage in which they are going to connect their developments. They have to grow knowing that there's no more use of drainage in San Miguel de Allende. So I think that's gonna be very important for all San Miguel de Allende. We're gonna have people against it, of course. Why? Because they don't understand it? No, they do. But there's always people trying to do the opposite of what this administration is doing. But I really don't care. They can do whatever they want. We are here to fight them, and we're gonna keep winning. Not like the video of Charlie Chin, winning. I think you all remember that video. We're gonna keep winning because, believe me, we have won a lot of good fights for San Miguel de Allende. So I'm not worried about the people that is gonna be against this law. It's gonna pass in the Ayuntamiento, and no judge in the state, not a state judge, it's gonna be able to stop it. So, and they already know, and I already told them that we're here ready to defend that law. Also, in the education part, we have been giving a lot of scholarships to bright young girls and boys in San Miguel de Allende that are almost ready to have a great experience, some of them in Palm Springs, some of them in Woodlands, some of them in Aspen, Colorado, because we already signed the sister city agreements, and that's why we have those 500 million pesos extra. And we're gonna use that money also to give the students in San Miguel de Allende the chance to have a better opportunity. The students that leave its town to another place, when they come back, they have another point of view of how the world works. So that's what we're trying to do with these young kids. We're also have been giving a lot of scholarships to young people and not to young people that do sports. And we're gonna triple those kind of scholarships. So if we really support sports, if we really support poor people, giving them scholarships, if we rebuild their schools, if we rebuild their parks, if we construct the medical clinics in their comunidades or in their neighborhoods, I think that's a good start. I think all those things together in the medium term are gonna give us the results that we want, which is more security. Right now, we are already polluted with bad guys. I mean, it's not like I can call the army and come into San Miguel de Allende and kill or trap or clean the city. We cannot do that. There's no way. The bad guys are already working there. So we cannot focus and try to stop that activity because it's not our job. It is our responsibility, of course, but not our job, but our responsibility. So in order to do my responsibility, it's doing what I'm telling you. Invest in the young kids, invest in the poor neighborhoods, invest in the comunidades, invest in sports, and I think that's as I said, in medium term, it's gonna give us a better San Miguel de Allende in the security issue. So we are doing that, and this year we're gonna invest in those things more than 350 million pesos. I mean, it's a huge and record amount of money in which we are going to invest. I see Marisa that is doing a great job inviting the kids from the poor neighborhoods to play soccer. And San Miguel de Allende has a very nice soccer stadium, but it was just right there with a great investment, great soccer field. What did they do in the past administration? They just gave that stadium to a private guy so they can make money out of it. So what we did with our lawyers, we get the stadium back, and now one of the people that is working in that stadium is Marisa. How many kids are playing in your teams right now? 300 kids playing in the San Miguel soccer stadium. So that's why we have that kind of infrastructure. So they are used, but by the right people and managed by the right people. So I really think that it's gonna be a great year in all point of views. It's gonna be good. I'm not I'm not negative because the numbers that I already told you that in the first 3 months we have had 26 kills. No, I'm very positive in what we are still doing. I mean, we have not been distracted by any other actions or activities that we are doing. Security is always a priority for me and for my team. So let's not be negative about how we're going to do this year. At least you still have a mayor that is not hiding the numbers. At least you still have in 2023, you still have a mayor that is willing to come here and talk about every single issue. So as long as you have a mayor willing to do that, we have to keep ourselves positive. I'm gonna keep investing in our police forces. I'm gonna keep giving them capacitations. I'm gonna keep giving them the right uniforms, the right insurance, the right facilities, so they are willing to keep doing their best. And of course, sometimes we're gonna see a video that becomes viral, or we're gonna see a video that some people are trying to make it viral. Like the detention that we made in the upper side of the city, in which we are detaining a guy that was offending everybody and that was under the influence of crystal and that had in its possession crystal and a knife. Of course we were going to detain this guy. So the police came, did their job, a perfect, clean job. I saw the video like 10 times. And there was this brave wannabe young guy trying to search his 5 minutes of fame. He faced the police and he started telling them, don't detain him, don't treat him bad. You are an abuser. I'm going to sue you. Give me your name. Give me your badge number. Of course, that I gave the order. Detain that guy. 2. Why? Because his life is in danger. Because he's being noisy, obstructing the police work. But also his life was in danger. Can you imagine if the guy that we were arresting pulls out his knife and for some reason that knife goes into the body of this brave wannabe? Of course this guy had to go to jail. And of course some people were trying to destroy the police officers. Next day, I called the police officers and they thought they were gonna be fired. And that really that made me feel very bad. Because I saw their faces and I saw, why those long faces, officers? They said, well, Mr. Mayor, we're here to accept any decision you take. We just want you to know that we're doing our job. And I said, stop. Do you guys really think I'm going to fire you? All of them say yes. And I said, I call you to say thanks I call you to let you know that you can count with me, and this is not going to be your problem. From now on, it's my problem. So keep doing exactly what you guys did. And of course, I'm telling you this story. Why? Because we're gonna have those kind of threats during the whole year. The video that we saw is so much different than the video we saw at the beginning of 2022, in which you can see the female police officer hitting the guys that were detained, hitting them, kicking them in the head, kicking them in the back. There's a lot of difference between the video that we saw a year ago with the video that we saw like a month and a half ago. So be positive in what we're doing, and I'm going to repeat it. Be positive because you still have a mayor that is gonna be here, as I promised since the first day we met, and that's gonna help us to face every threat we have in 2023 together, okay? Because remember, security, it's everybody's business. Security is everybody's concern. It's not just the mayor business or just the mayor concern. And yesterday I told Gabriel, I said, hey Gabriel, you're about to get paid, because we get paid every 15 days. You're about to get paid this next Thursday. So I really think that the mayor doesn't make enough money. So I wanna make a bet with you. And you don't have the number right now. You should have it, but I'm sure you don't, because I should know this number, but I know I don't. So this is the bet I wanna make with you, Gabriel. Let's see. Tell me what the average, promedio de vida, ¿cómo dices, Maritere? Life average? Tell me the life average of the guys that are selling drugs. Because I need to make more money, Gabriel, so I gotta win this bet. Say a number and I'll say another number, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna win. Because I need to know that number so I can tell this information to my friends tomorrow. And he said 33, and I said, I don't think so. I'll give you another chance. He said, well, it will never go over 40. Okay, that's your second guess. He said, yeah, okay. So 1,000 pesos, he accepted the bet. I said 25. And it cannot be over 35. So it's some kind of a tide. I didn't make 1,000 pesos more, he neither, but the average, it's 28. The life average of those 26 guys that have been killed 2023, it's 28 years old. So I think we should take advantage of that number. How? Letting them know. Of course, I cannot do it very openly because it's a personal threat to the drug cartels. And I'm not that stupid. But if in our groups, in the reunions that we are at, in our chats, if we share this information, if everybody knows this information, those kids that are under 28 will listen. Will listen. If they can know that they are not going to live, there's no way they are going to see their 30s. They might be reasonable at least for a day or two. Okay, do whatever you're doing. Okay, if you want to smoke that poison, do it. You might live until you are 50. But you want to sell that? You want to buy that from someone that sells it? Sooner or later, you're going to get killed. How soon it is? Before you are 29. I think that we can use that number, David, in order to spread it. It's information. It's information. And I don't think, I have been talking to the young San Miguelenses during this year. That's something that I want to do during 2023. And of course, every time I'm with them, I'm going to start telling this. Not going to threat anyone, but I'm going to tell them, hey, by the way, if you're involved with drugs, you want to know how many years you're going to live? And when they ask, no, how much? I said, 28. So if you are 19 or 20, you have less than 10 years to live. So maybe we can get something positive out of all this negative information of 26 guys killed. Also, I want to tell you guys that I had a meeting with Waldorf Astoria this last Thursday. I flew into Washington Wednesday night. I had a meeting with the guys of Hilton and Waldorf Astoria. And I came back Thursday afternoon to San Miguel de Allende. It's a hotel that has all its permits, but as I told them, if you don't respect heights, if you don't respect our rules, there's no way you're gonna build one room. I don't care if it is Waldorf Astoria. Of course, I would love to have Waldorf Astoria in San Miguel de Allende, because they have a great Hilton capacitation program, because it's a great name, because it means quality, because they hire people from the cities in which they are at. It was a good meeting, but still we have a lot of things to discuss with Waldorf Astoria. But I want you to know that I'm gonna put an eye in the project so they don't start unless they do exactly what we ask them to do. And that is hire people from San Miguel de Allende, hire young people from San Miguel de Allende, hire the chefs and the administrators from San Miguel de Allende, the students from UTSMA, and lower one floor. Well, it means $100 million. I don't care. I mean, you cannot have 4 floors. The law is right there, so do it in the way you are supposed to do it. So you're gonna hear a lot of Waldorf Astoria, but make sure that nothing is gonna happen until it's 100% secure for San Miguel de Allende, okay? We have pozos de agua, water wells. Okay. We have found and drill already 4 new water wells. We have been very, very lucky. Great water wells. Great ones. We now, if we follow the law, San Miguel de Allende is going to have water for the next 20 to 30 years. We have 5 million cubic meters of water just as reserve. But we also are going to invest this year close to 100 million pesos doing water filtration pots. Is that right? Water pozos colectores de agua. ¿Cómo dices? Okay. Water collecting wells to filter that water back. Almost 100 million pesos. Some people of my team tell me, come on, it's too much money. We can do a lot of roads, we can do a lot of good with those 100 million pesos. And I told them, and having the infrastructure in order to get water from the sky and put it back in the ground, don't you think that is one of the best investments we can do for the next 2 decades? I didn't have to convince him, I'm the boss. So it's close to 100 million pesos that we're going to invest in putting that water back in where it belongs. So we are working in one side, taking water out of the ground, and in the other side, putting that water back into the ground, reusing the water by canceling the drenaje, the drainage in new drainage in San Miguel de Allende. And again, as the issue of security, that it's not just police officers, that is investing in schools, investing in the poor neighborhoods, investing in green areas, creating new parks, investing in sports, investing in scholarships. Also, the water has to be seen not as a single issue. There's a lot of issues around it. So if we want to keep our quality of life, we need to have water, which we already have. As I'm telling you, we already have. If we want to keep the quality of life, we cannot lose San Miguel de Allende to the drug cartels, and we are not losing San Miguel de Allende. And I'm so glad that we are still impressed by those numbers. If we keep being impressed by those numbers, 26 kills in 3 months, we're not losing the war against cartels. 26 kills in 3 months in Celaya, it's nothing. Those are the guys that are killed every weekend. In every city of Michoacán, those are the guys that are killed every day. And I keep going, and going, naming cities. Juárez, Zacatecas, Fresnillo. 26 guys are killed every day in those cities. And they don't care. They don't care anymore. Another dead guy. Okay. They just drive through it like if nothing happens. We still get nervous for those numbers. So let's not lose that. Let's always, if it is one, it has to bother us. If it is two, it has to bother us. And I'm not gonna be in front of you for many years, but every time you guys have the chance to have a mayor in front of you, if it is 2 killings, put pressure on him. If it is 5 killings, put pressure on him. That's how we don't lose the fight against cartels. And I want to thank Gabriel, because Gabriel has been taking a lot during these first 18 months. And I said 18 months because we are right in the middle of my administration, right there. It's been already half of the time that I was hired for. Time flies. Time flies. So, Gabriel, thank you for how much you have been taking. And Gabriel, it's a guy that will always have pressure from me. I mean, I'm not gonna be easy on him, and he knows that. Because you guys are not supposed to be easy on me when it's about security. Of course, Gabriel has explanations, and of course, I need to have ones. And the best explanation is transparency. Transparency. The same thing that I ask from him. You gotta tell me if some bad guys have been knocking at your door. You gotta tell me in that specific moment, because that means that we have to change strategies. So far, no one has contacted Gabriel, neither the president, neither his right hand. His third level has been, ¿cómo es amenazar? Amenazado? Has been threatened. But we analyze those threats and we give them the importance that they deserve. And so far are, I'm sorry, but are shitty threats. So it means that we haven't lost the war against cartels. It means that we don't have a war against cartels in San Miguel de Allende. They are killing each other's drug salesmen. But right now, there's none, the presence of any cartel in the Rotary Club. No, really. There's no cartel presence in Desarrollo Urbano. There's no cartel presence in Cruz Roja. There's no cartel presence. When you're losing the war against them, it's because they are in every single association. It's because they are already in every department of the municipality. So far, no one has reached Gabriel, neither the president. Neither the president. So we do have 26 killings in these 3 months. but let's keep positive. Still a lower rate than 2019. But as I told Gabriel, we gotta open more our eyes. If we need to invest more, well, let's be smart in which areas we invest. And we're doing that, okay? So, economically speaking, we're doing great. In security, we keep the hard work. Keeping San Miguel de Allende without growing, without rules, has been done. Getting back our green areas, our parks, we have been very successful in it. And as you know, the ex-mayor has been sued for 180 million pesos for selling the city properties in a low cost to his friends. Well, we already got 2 pieces of land back. Step by step. We still have like 40 more to recover. But what we're gonna do with one of those 2 pieces of land that we already got back, we're gonna do what Mr. Lee Carter, ¿dónde está?
He's over there. He's hiding in the front.
Lee was asking the city for a piece of land in the golf club Las Ventanas. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. He was asking the city for a piece of land in order to build something very interesting. And he already has the money to build or to start building this facility in which people will be taken care in its last days. Am I right, Lee? Okay. Hospice. So, there you have it. Go with Sofia and Edgar Bautista to see those pieces of land that we just got back from corruption. And let's make corruption into one of the nicest actions that San Miguel can have. Choose one of those. And if this week you let me know which of those 2 pieces of land you want, I giving it to you next week. Before Wednesday. Really. So, Lee and the hospice board, that's what you guys gotta do, okay? Yeah. So you do what you have to do. If I do what I have to do, good things happened, okay? And this is a good thing. And I'm really telling you, if you let me know which one is it, I'll give it to you. Well, not Mauricio. San Miguel de Allende will give it to you guys to do that before Wednesday or Wednesday, okay? Or next Wednesday, yeah, next week. Nobody works this Wednesday but the mayor. So I think that's a good news, but that is the importance of raising our voice. I was raising my voice 1 year before the elections. I was putting my finger into the wound, saying what this government is doing, it's bad, it's corruption. We shouldn't let this government to sell the city properties. Because sooner or later, that's why the city needs pieces of land to do these kind of things, to do this kind of infrastructure that makes everybody's life better. So we should never let a corrupt mayor do those things again. There is the proof. This is the proof. We didn't have any piece of land. Amazing. It's incredible what they did with the city land reserves. But now, we already have 2. Next week, we will have just 1. But you guys are going to do something great in the other one. So congratulations, and I'm very happy for that. Lee, I just saw this. Were you using it before? All right, but it is yours? David, stop being a stone in my shoe. So I'm ready to answer all your questions. Okay.
Welcome and thank you for that great news. First
And
of all,
remember,
that is
I'm the
just
guy with the
fantastic.
hammer.
Fantastic. And there is a bottle of water there for you.
Thank you.
In case you
All
need
right.
that. But prior to today's meeting, I hope you all know that we put out an invitation for you to put questions on our website, and you did a good job. I have 30 questions this time, a lot on the same subject, so I'm going to consolidate a little bit and put them all together. And I'm going to start with an easy one for you. We missed the Peralta Theater, and we don't know what's happening in the Peralta Theater. So what's happening, first of all, and when will we get it back?
I think in 3 more weeks, okay? We're doing minor reparaciones, how is it? Repairs, and in 3 weeks it's gonna be open. But when it opens, it's gonna be used in the right way. It has to be one of the most cultural places in San Miguel de Allende, because Teatro Ángela Peralta was being used for everything. Let's give a prize to the owner of the most beautiful horse in the area. Where? Teatro Ángela Peralta. No, it's an historical building. It's a very important building. It's a beautiful building that is missed by people that want to use it in the right way. And also, we're going to have a concert every 15 days after it is open. So we're already working in it, but the Teatro Ángela Peralta is going to be alive. And it also is going to be open to the public. So we can share the Teatro Ángela Peralta to everybody. Of course, we're not going to let them to go and sit in the seats and and use it as a moment to get shade from the sun. No, no, no. It's gonna be a respectful tour for all the tourists that wants to see a beautiful theater. So 3 weeks.
Great. And it is a
Okay.
beautiful theater.
It is, it is.
The last time that you were here, you talked a lot about quality of life, and that some people were losing the views of their home, and you were going to stand up for that. I have about 6 or 7 of the same type of question, where people are building above the 3 stories, they're building low at the front of the lot and high at the back of the lot, and there doesn't seem to be transparency with the process to get permits, and people don't know what the permit is. My next door neighbor may have a permit, I have no idea what he's building. Can you help us with the permit process?
Definitely. I mean, if he's doing that, it's because it doesn't have a permit. I can assure you. And if it has it, I can assure you it's not respecting the permit rules. I mean, I can assure you that. But that's why you guys have Sofia. Because Sofia, it has a meeting with the mayor once every week. I get together with all my team at least once a week. And I always open those meetings saying, what do you have to tell me? What do you have to tell me? So if you let know these kind of things to Sofia, Sofia finally is going to talk more in those meetings. The thing is that Sofia is doing a great job, but also you guys are doing an amazing job. Sofia is in charge of, she's the bridge between ONGs and el presidente. So if you guys are doing an amazing job, there's not much work to do for Sofia, but just pay attention to everything you guys are doing. So please let know that to Sofia. And believe me, right now we have 288 buildings clausurados, ¿cómo dices? Closed down. Suspended, yeah. Almost 300 buildings suspended. So, I mean, and it was worst. And of course, I have been received attacks from the guys that want to become mayor next year. These guys against the progress. This guy just suspends every single building that is being built just because he thinks that he can do that, just to feel the power. That's what they say. And no, it's not the reason. I'm suspending all the constructions that aren't supposed to be built in the way they are. So you have my word in it. Just everybody, let know Sofia, okay?
So is there a process if I know that my neighbor, or I suspect that my neighbor is not permitted, what do I do?
Just tell Sofia the address of your neighbor.
Report it to me. You can report it to me. You guys can report it to me via WhatsApp. Some of you have my WhatsApp, but I will share with you guys at the end of this meeting the WhatsApp. A quien no lo tenga, whoever doesn't have it, I'll give you my WhatsApp, and you guys can report. Give me the address, and I will report to the directors and the mayor.
Let's hear a round of applause for that. That's terrific. Because a lot of times there is a process, but we don't know what it is. Okay, I learned for the first time when we had a meeting with Sofia and Pal the other day, I understood that the NGO liaison office is not only for NGOs, formal NGOs, but it's for the foreign community. So Sofia is our representative from the foreign community to the mayor. And that was an aha moment for me, and a good one, a good one.
It'll take me 45 minutes to suspend that building if it has a permit.
Terrific, terrific. On a lighter note, this city is known as the city of fallen women. Have you heard that before?
No.
And let me explain for you. Fallen women as
The
far
city
as
of fallen women?
fallen women. And fallen women in the States are women that have a bad reputation. But that's not quite what they mean when they come here. A lot of people, because of the hazards in the sidewalk, this is known as the city of fallen women because so many people, and not only women, men too, because I've fallen a couple of times here on the sidewalk.
Fallen men?
Fallen men too.
That's a new one to me.
Is there a way, I mean the city sidewalks are beautiful, they're historic, but they're also dangerous. Especially if you're doing what I do and I walk and I look like this. I've learned to walk like this. Is there something that the city can do to make the city sidewalks less dangerous and still keep the charm of them?
Nope.
It's an honest answer.
To be honest, it's not, because I already hate Arquitecta Olga Adriana, and that's a big word that I shouldn't be saying. First of all, because she's a woman. Second of all, because she represents Selena. And third of all, because it doesn't sound presidential. But she has been doing a lot of corrupt things. And I already fighting a lot of those things. So trying to start a new war, because the sidewalks in San Miguel de Allende, it's going to distract me, it's going to take my patience away, and no, it's something that I don't want to do. Besides, UNESCO doesn't like that. UNESCO is telling us, come on, just keep them the way they are. Because we have tried to do that. Of course, that problem has been there for a long time. But that's why we are World Heritage City, because the way it is. And that's been an issue, how we can make San Miguel de Allende better for the handicap and better for the older, ¿cómo dices? Adultos, elderly. But no, there's not much we can do. So just be careful.
Just be careful
And don't be
look
part
down.
of the statistics.
Look down and look ahead. The last time that you were with us, you excited us because you said there was a plan to replace the existing buses in the Central with maybe electric buses. How's that going?
Well, it's going good. It's going good because we have to start with the union that has less buses. I mean, choose the weakest enemy first, and it is the Turibuses. The Turibuses, it is for companies. Each one of them have 4 Turibuses. Right now, we just have 3 out of 16 that are allowed to be in the city. But if you don't see them very often, it's because they are, how do you say, corralón? That's even tough for you, Maritere. Well, corralón is the piece of land in which the city keeps all the cars that takes cart. Well, every single car that is towed by the city goes to corralón. Okay, so we're putting a big fight in it against these last 3 Turibuses. But this guy is smart, and this guy has connections with the governor, and has connections with the Secretario of Mobility. So that's why it has been tougher to take him out of the streets. The second step is getting back the touribuses back to the streets, but a different size and electric ones. So that's the first step, and we're doing good. We're already waiting to receive the first electric touribus, and it's going to be free, and it's going to be paid by the city. Why is that? Because we want to show the people what is our plan. We can tell the people what is our plan, but some will understand, some will don't care, some will be excited, but until you see it in the street, new, nice, electric, and smaller, everybody's gonna say, well, this guy is right. Let's keep this effort in this path. So it's going, but as I also mentioned, it's gonna take time. It already took us 18 months, but always remember that we have another 18 months, okay? So it's going good.
That's good news, good news.
Slow but good.
And I forgot part of my job. If you have a question and you would like to write it down for the mayor, we have 2 people with pens and 3x5 cards, one here, one on the other side. And the other thing that the mayor has, or Sophia and the mayor has agreed to do, is to take 100% of these questions that I have, even if we don't get to them, so that they can review your questions, and they'll review the questions that you write down here too. So, electrical wire or wiring overhead. A lot of Telmex, Megacable, Total Play are continuing to string their wires overhead. Is there any plans to remove those wires or get them to go underground with their communication wires?
I'm doing my best there. And one day they put the wires in one street, and the next day I'm taking those wires down. And it's a continued fight against these guys. And the worst enemy of every single World Heritage City, it's called Telmex. Really? Really? And I don't think Mr. Slim knows that, but he's about to know that, because the city of San Miguel is about to pay in the main national newspapers a whole page asking Ingeniero Slim to put order in its regional companies. Believe me, Telmex is the main enemy of any World Heritage City because of that. But we're doing it. Please, when you see that we receive attacks because we are doing our job, we really appreciate good comments from you. Because sometimes it seems that we're alone in many fights. And I don't think that's reciprocity. So if I taking those cables down and I receive an attack, well, if it is a good action, I think you should all raise your voice and say what you guys think, and write in the whatever, in your Facebook or in your Instagram, whatever. Say that you agree with what we're doing. Say that we're not taking jobs out of the people. Actually, we are creating jobs if we have a better city. a nicer city, a cleaner city, if we keep our image in the right way. But give us a hand. How? Raising your voice. Please. Because we really feel alone in some fights.
And you've been doing a good job. I can remember we moved here about 9 years ago, and we live right off of Zacatecas. And it used to be very hard to see the parochia from the street, and now it is a pretty clear view. I think there's one wire left. So congratulations. I just hope we can get them down on my home street too.
Thank you.
Can you bring us up to date on the Presa and the Lario?
Well, yeah. Conagua, the only one that is legally allowed to do something about the lirio or liri, how do you say that? Liri, right? Water liri. It's Conagua, la Comisión Nacional del Agua. And as I told you the last time, the guy, the head of the Conagua, he told me, Mauricio, you can come up to me in press, in whatever you want. There's nothing I can do. I don't have any money. So the city is investing 30 million pesos a year, but it just prevents the lirio from growing over 800 hectares or 1,600 acres. So our efforts are just to maintain the amount of liri that is there. We don't have the capacity to eliminate the liri, but there's people working every day at the Presa. You guys can go any day you want, and believe me, they work almost 12 hours a day, and it just keeps the liri from taking all over the Presa, okay? But nope, I don't see Conagua doing any efforts this year, neither the state, but we're gonna keep investing those 30 million pesos.
Thank you. With the loss of so many parking lots in the city, what are we going to do with the parking? Is there a plan for the city? I know that one time where the Waldorf was going to be was we're going to truck people into the Centro and whatever, but we're losing parking lots all over the city. And I know that the traffic is horrendous, especially this next weekend. We're going to feel it. Any plans to build parking lots or?
Well, yeah. The big problem that we have right now is that guys that have a piece of land that has been used as parking lot, they're selling it. They're selling it because there are a lot of people wanted to build a restaurant, a hotel, their house. So that is, right now it became the main problem. I never thought that we were gonna have a worse problem than the mobility itself. No, the big problem that we're facing right now is the owner of those pieces of land, selling it. So what we are doing is we are contacting these guys and telling them, you don't have to pay the city taxes. What can I do in order to help you? So having a parking lot gives you some amount of money that you are okay with, or trying to convince them not to sell. Like, hey, a lot of millions of pesos, they feel good in the next 2 years, but after that, you just got rid of a piece of land that is unique in its kind because it's a piece of land in a World Heritage City. It's a piece of land that can give you money during the next 20, 30 years. So don't think in short term. Think in medium and long term. And if you want the city to put some infrastructure in your lot, we're willing to do it. But don't shut down this parking lot. If you drive in Nemesio 10 from Ancha San Antonio to Rosewood, before you get to Rosewood, take a look at your right side, at your left side. You are going to see 2 pieces of land that were used as parking lots. Great ones. Now they are closed because they sold it. Because the guys that bought it think that they can build a hotel right there. And why not? And why not to think that? Is Rosewood there? It's a great opportunity. But that is something that shouldn't happen, and that I'm talking to the owners of those parking lots, trying to convince not to sell. One of the conditions that we have with Walter Astoria is that their parking lot shouldn't be private, that their parking needs to be public. The luxury, it's upstairs, but not down in the parking area. So I told them it doesn't harm you to have a public parking lot, and also you're going to make a lot of money with that. And the second condition, one of the conditions that we talk about it's Feria Candelaria needs to be in Parque Juárez. So in order not to move Feria Candelaria, we need your parking. So it's something that we are already taking care of it. The results are not going to be positive in the next 3 months. We really need to convince the owners of those parking lots not to sell.
Thank you. Well, thank you for honoring your commitment and returning to us. This is the 3rd time that the president has agreed to take questions and answers, and that is a statement to you, and we really appreciate your time. Do you have any closing remarks for us?
Definitely. This is the 3rd time that I'm with you, like the number of stands that David Bosman received. So, okay. So I hope you're not racing with me. Okay, David? Just to let you know that I'm still very happy to be mayor. That after 18 months, I still feel the energy. I'm energized. I still proud of being mayor. So you can still count with me, and there's not less than what you saw the first time. I think it's more of me right now, and I really have the will, I still have the will to achieve everything we talk the first day. Have great vacations, take care, enjoy the traditions, go to, next Friday, go to the streets of San Miguel, in which one of the best traditions to me, it's gonna happen next Friday. It's very solemn. It's beautiful. See it, enjoy it. It's one of the most beautiful traditions in the world, for sure. And contact me anytime you want. Okay? Thank you very much.